Could the Nintendo Switch be Nintendo's last console? Let's talk about it. Welcome to 128KV, I'm Andy, and if you're new to the channel, go down there and hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps us out. And we've got so many other videos about the Switch and Nintendo and loads of stuff, just do it. Why not? But anyway, could the Nintendo Switch be Nintendo's last console? Hear me out. This is sort of my thoughts on it. So Nintendo have already said that they are going to expand the Nintendo Switch life cycle, essentially. So potentially up to 8 to 10 years, which, you know, is kind of common. I suppose PlayStation have done it in the past. I think was it the PS3? Was almost like, 10 years. There's other companies that have basically hung on to a system for long enough. Nintendo don't really do it unless you look at like the DS. They had quite a long lifespan. But the Switch, well, yeah, that's going to be a longer life cycle. And Nintendo have said that there will be another system and they're playing around with different ideas. But what if the Nintendo Switch never went away? What if it was their last system? Because it's done so well because it breaches two areas, doesn't it? It's a home system, it's a home console that you can play on your TV, and if you never want to take it out, well, then it's a home system only. But if you're like me and you love handheld gaming, well, then you've got it portably. You can play it, portable. You can make it a portable only system, especially if you've got like a Switch Lite, right? But for me, I love playing handheld and I love being able to put it in the dock and play on the TV. Yes, it will need some hardware revisions, but what if they basically do what they did with like the 3DS, where you had the 3DS, the XL, and then the new 3DS, and then the new 3DS XL, and kind of did it that way? What if they made like a Switch Pro, which was, better internals inside, and then made like Pro docks, if that makes sense. So maybe we get like a Switch Pro, which handheld, maybe does 1080p, maybe it's got a much better NVIDIA like processor inside and GPU so that it can play better games in the future. And then what if they made like a 4K dock? So the dock then actually becomes like an accessory, an add-on, and you just buy the dock or something like that, that then makes it even more powerful, like maybe 4K for your TV. Eventually, we're not talking anytime soon, but like in the future. That way, the system could be relevant for a long time. They could just keep upgrading. They basically need to make the Switch 2 backwards compatible anyway. So what if they just made the Switch like an ongoing system? And the reason why I'm saying that is because we've got Nintendo Switch Online, right? They've just said that they're going to invest billions essentially into their infrastructure, and they're basically trying to improve everything on that side, which could be improving servers, improving the online aspect of it, making it much better all around. But we already have the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, which if you have that, you've got access to NES games, SNES games, N64 games, and currently the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive games. What if they expanded on that? What if they brought Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games, Game Boy Advance games, GameCube games? It's almost endless in terms of the list of games that they could bring back. They could potentially bring back every platform, every system they've ever made to this online service. And yeah, okay, it might get a little bit more expensive, maybe, or, it might take some time. But the Switch could be the one for all system that never needs to go away. You could have almost every game from yesteryear available here portably as well as on your TV, and it could just keep expanding like that. They could even release a Nintendo Wii sensor bar for the Switch and then re-release the motion controls. I know the Joy-Cons have motion controls already, but they're a little bit rubbish. If you've played Skyward Sword, you have to constantly readjust where the center is because there's no sensor bar, so it never knows when you're actually pointing forward. But if they release the Wii sensor bar, the nunchuck, and then the remote, well, then they could bring Wii games and Wii U games to the system as well. They could essentially have everything in one place. They could become the Apple of gaming, Because Apple, if we take Apple, look at the iPhone. It's never changed. The very first iPhone is almost identical to the current iPhone. But what have they done? They've improved it every year with a better camera and a better processor inside that basically keeps it up to date. It refreshes the system. But they've never changed it. And people love that because those kind of people that invest in the Apple ecosystem, they don't want change. They just want better. They want everything that they've already had and more of it. And what if the Switch becomes that? What if Nintendo go, you know what? The Switch is that successful and we cover all grounds here. We're handheld and we're a home system. What if they never take it away? What if they just keep improving on that and keep making better Switch Pros or better docks? And every 5 years we see a new iteration that can then play these better games. Yeah, okay, the older Switches might then lag behind. You might not be able to play the latest game, but if it just means we upgrade and then for a period of time we do have an extended life where the older Switches do keep up, or maybe they make it so that the old Switches can play the new games but they're just downgraded in some way. I mean, would you like that? I think I would. If I could have a one system to rule them all, where I can have it in my hands or on the TV and then play at higher frame rates, higher resolutions, and have access to all the old games, all my Game Boy Advance games I used to love, all the Wii games, all the Wii U games, which, okay, most of the Wii U games have come to Switch anyway. But you know what I'm saying? If you could have one place to play all the nostalgic games that you want forever, wouldn't that be cool? Because it really disheartens me with like the 3DS when it gets, you know, it got sacrificed, let's say that. So we do have 3DS videos coming to the channel, or they might even be here. Go and check them out, and if not, go down there and subscribe and like this video as well. But yeah, the old consoles just die. You know, I've still got a GameCube. We've got videos about that as well. I modified it with an external mod to make it an HDMI out so that it upscales it and looks good on a modern TV. But what if we never had to do that? What if you just have one system to rule them all, and like I said, they become the Apple of gaming, and it just gets better and better and better. I just had this idea. I've spoken about it with AJ and Christina and Pete, and I just think this would be such an awesome way to go. The only thing is this is Nintendo. They love to do really random things. I mean, again, look at the Wii. That was so different from the GameCube. Look at the Wii U. Nobody knew what it was. They just kind of went, yeah, there you go. Is it a gamepad for the Wii? Is it a new system? What? Like, what is it? Again, we've got Wii U videos on the channel if you haven't checked them out as well. But you've got all these random ideas that Nintendo sort of come up with. Maybe they go and make a dedicated handheld again. But then why would they? Because they have the Switch. Maybe they make a home system only. But then you're in the territory of competing with PlayStation and Xbox again. Like, to me, yes, they probably will do something random. Maybe they make the Wii U 2. Who knows? But I would love it if the Nintendo Switch just never left. If it would just stayed around. I mean, look at the OLED, but it's a beautiful system. They've really made it a premium system. The screen is phenomenal, and it just makes the Switch that next level up. What if they made then the Switch OLED Pro, and then, you know, and just keep expanding on that idea? I would love that. I would love to see the Switch never die and become the next Apple thing. And maybe they just add accessories, like I said, like a Wii sensor bar, or a whole new controller we've never thought about, or I don't know. What do you think? Do you like the idea that I've thought about? Have you thought about this as well? Like, let me know down in the comments. Or do you think Nintendo are going to do something totally random, make the Wii U 2, and then it's going to flop again? Like, I don't know. I just can't see it happening. The Switch, I mean, has been such a success. To me, they're on something gold here, and I feel like they should push hard with it. Release all their old consoles on the online service, or just on a virtual console store so you can go and buy them if you want to, and just sort of put everything there. Put all your eggs in one basket and really make it shine. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear what you think they're going to do next, or if they're going to do this or what. Like, let me know. Anyway, check out our website, 128KB. I'm Andy. This is 128KB. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.